will qualify for the final, and the two fastest losers. Well, away they go, and let's keep an eye out on lane 2 for the team from the Czech Republic, with Denisa Rosolova on lead-off. Into the shade there, down the back straight. Well, a great start there from Ashley Spencer in the red of the United States. They set the world alight at the Olympic Games last year. They're also the world champions, and ran the world lead at the Penn Relays in Philadelphia in April with a time of 3:22.16. So we'll keep an eye out on the clock for that. But so far, it's the United States and Italy. In fact, if anything, it's Chiara Bazzoni from Italy who's going toe-to-toe with Ashley Spencer. Ashley Spencer coming through just to sneak a short lead, and she will hand over to Jessica Beard, who picks up the baton now, and a smooth changeover, as you would expect from Jessica Beard, with the Italian Marta Milani among the chasing pack, Martin.
Yes, well, that was a good first leg there by Ashley Spencer, and Ashley Spencer basically sets things up here for the Americans. They have their advantage now. They're in control of the race. They've only got to finish in the first two here. And what you can't really overstate is how important it often is for individuals. Some of them will feel that they're running here for places in the final, so you will see athletes who maybe are on the fringes of the team who will still run eyeballs out, who are not guaranteed their slot in the final. So the likes of Jessica Beard there on the second leg, just starting to struggle a bit in the last 20 or 30 metres, putting in something of an audition for a place in the final.
Well, that's been a great second leg there for the Czech Republic by Bartonikova, and she hands over the baton into second place to Jana Slaninova, with Susanna Henova, the newly crowned 400 metres hurdles champion, to come on the final leg. But it's all about the USA, and Joanna Atkins on the third leg for the United States, with a huge lead now of what, 50 metres, 40-50 metres, in the battle for that automatic second qualification now between Italy, Ukraine and Czech Republic. India, as we would have expected, I guess, way out of it. So the race, barring any accidents, will be won by the United States, the Olympic champions, and a huge roar for the Ukraine as they come through in second place. That's a great third leg by Lognevenka, and she hands over to Natalia Pigida for the final leg. So Ukraine in second spot, USA way out in front with Francina McCrory, who was a finalist in the individual event a couple of nights ago. And a good back straight there from Ukraine, Natalia Pigida, who we saw in action also in the 400 metres hurdles, but she's being run down by the Italian Libania Greno. So we could have a dust-up here. That's the race that's most of interest here. And the Italian Greno is making her move on the shoulder of the Ukrainian Pigida in the back straight. It's a real tussle. United States well out. Let's keep an eye on the clock as Francina McCrory brings home the baton in 3 minutes 25.19. And the Italian, as she just got there, Greno pushed all the way there by Pigida from Ukraine. That was the race worth watching for second place. It's a pretty quick time. 3:25.19 the winning time for the United States. It's outside that world lead set at the Penn Relays in April, but a fascinating battle there. Well, that was that thrilling battle for second position in the opening heat of the 4x4 100 metres relay, which was just given to the Italians there. Greno just holding on that late surge, a season's best for them. 100th of a second ahead of Ukraine, who will have to wait and see if they hang on for a fastest loser place, with the second of those three heats coming up now.
Let's go through this lineup in full, shall we? From lane 2, it's Nigeria, France, Trinidad and Tobago, Great Britain, Botswana and Bahamas. There is Ailey Child. I reckon The legs may be a little weary, but after that performance in the 400-meter hurdles, the adrenaline will get her through this. And Britain wisely using the strength of the 400-meter hurdler on this first leg, which is always the most punishing. The 3-bend stagger. You never quite make it up on the first leg. You really are running in isolation. So Child in lane 5, and as you'd expect of her, 100% commitment every time she puts on the running spikes, and she's doing exactly the same here. And she's alongside Gotsione Seleka of Botswana, and up and past her, and that's a terrific start from the Briton. I reckon she's already made 6 or 7 meters on the Botswana, and now she's setting about chasing Amara Jones of the Bahamas. But it is Great Britain who have got the lead here. Nigeria, Patience George has run a good first leg for them. And now Ailey Child must show the 400-meter hurdle strength which he has to bring home the baton and to hand it on to Shayna Cox. But Great Britain having a good run. France as well. Marie Gaillot, who'll pass the baton over to the former European 200 metres champion Muriel Ortiz. And it's Ortiz who picks up the baton along with Shayna Cox. So France and Great Britain leading. Cox has run in committed fashion through that first 100 metres, rather more so than the French girl, but it's Great Britain who have the lead. Shayna Cox, the individual 400 metres specialist, she's got about 5 metres lead, and Britain in control of this second heat.
Well, Shayna Cox, of course, a very experienced relay runner, part of the team that won the world indoor title for Great Britain in Istanbul last year, so she knows what she's doing. Incidentally, in terms of outdoor performances, Great Britain finished 4th in Daegu 2 years ago and 5th at the Olympics last year.
So Cox onto Adioye. France are in 2nd place. Coming through in 3rd now. Good run from the Bahamas. Nigeria are in 4th. Trinidad and Tobago had worked themselves into 3rd place, have just lost a little bit in the second half of that leg. They're now into 5th place. But Britain looking very strong indeed, and this is another medal opportunity for Great Britain. There's no doubt about that. Committed run there from Omotsoso of Nigeria. Nigeria moving into 3rd place. Just the first 2 places guaranteeing slots in the final. So Nigeria know they have to get after the French. Britain have a lot in hand, and of course they have the individual champion on the last leg. And Christine Orugu just beckoning and applauding her teammate. She's got the baton into the left, swiftly into the right. And Christine Orugu, well, she'll barely get out of 2nd or 3rd gear here. In 2nd place for France, that's Floria Gray, and she now being pursued by Regina George, and George is a fine individual runner. So Floria Gray will have to be on her mettle here, and the French girl has gone off in committed fashion down the back straight, which I guess is probably not what you can say for Christine Orugu, who doesn't really have to do much more than just jog around here to ensure 1st spot for Britain. It's a good run from the British girls. Christine Orugu just craning the neck. She's got plenty in hand, but look at this run from Regina George on the last leg. Now, can she see it home? Floria Gray, can she respond when George comes alongside her? The answer is no. It's Britain 1, Nigeria 2. France will come in through in 3rd. The winning time, 3:25. I reckon the French have done enough there, almost certainly to go through. It's alterations for the final. They will have Perry Shakes Drayton to call.
Interesting way of crossing the finish line in the relay. Didn't really need to bust a gut, and Ailey Child got them off to a great start, and adding to her burgeoning
Javelin throws, leaving. I think we'll reserve our judgment until we've seen the Russians go in the final heat. They're going to be powerful, but 3:25.39. That was a good run. France coming through in 3rd, 3:27.75. They are the fast losers at the moment. Bahamas,
medalists last year. There is the full lineup. They go on the inside lane in lane 2. Jamaica in 4, and they're made up of Rosemary White, Khalid Spencer, Anastasia Leroy, and Christine Day. So Jamaica in lane 4. silver.
Lengthy delay in getting them to the Twitter communication that we're getting. It's good to hear from you.
Well, from Twitter to twitching, and it was Alicia Brown there from Canada who was just given a verbal warning. But they're all underway, all teams intact, and we're underway in this third heat with Russia being roared on the inside in lane 2 with Yulia Grishina, who's already up on the shoulder of the Romanian Painente. And passes her with ease. Also going well is the Jamaican, as you expect, and it's Russia and Jamaica, the favourites to qualify from this heat, who are running well on this opening leg. From Jamaica, Rosemary White coming around there in the centre of your picture in the yellow and gold of Jamaica. Also running well from Poland, Małgorzata Holub. So these three nations running well. Also the Belarusian team. So it's pretty tight. Who's going to hold on first? It's Poland actually who hand over first. Russia on the inside leg. And the Russian on the second leg is Tatiana Ferova. And Tatiana Ferova is being roared on, just overtaken there by Khalid Spencer down the back straight. So Khalid Spencer moves across as the athletes leave their lanes. And Khalid Spencer has a lead of a couple of meters over Tatiana Ferova from Russia. So Jamaica 1, Russia 2. And it looks like Canada in 3, or Poland in 3, I should say, with Patricia Wiskiewicz. But a good leg this from Khalid Spencer, and Khalid Spencer will be handing over to Anastasia Leroy, but a good light surge there from the Russian team, and it's Natalia Anchuk now, Martin, the former Olympic champion, who sets them on their way on this third leg.
Yes, well, the Russians are going to take a bit of beating when we get through to the final, and they do have all sorts of combinations that they can use. Anchuk, who, well, she was an individual bronze medalist in the 400 metres. Going back to Athens, I think it was, before she switched to the hurdles to such good effect. But this is very competitive indeed, and it does go to show that this women's 4x400 metre relay, when we get to the final, will be a real ding-dong with Britain right in the mix.
So Russia heading down the back straight as we enter the final stages of this 4x4 relay, and Natalia Anchuk has run a very, very good third leg there, and we'll hand over to Ksenia Ryzhova. Ryzhova is already on her way. Jamaica in second, with Christine Day on the anchor leg, and Poland at the moment are leading the surge for that one of those fastest loser bursts. But it's a real bunch up there, 4 nations all vying, and the Polish athlete at the moment, I'm afraid, is going backwards and has been overtaken there. But no doubt about it, it's Russia way out in front. Ksenia Ryzhova, remember the winning time of the first 2 heats around 3:25. No doubt that Russia will qualify automatically. No doubt either that Jamaica will also qualify. The real race is unfolding behind, and it's a moment, it's Belarus, the Belarusian athlete coming through to take that third spot as Russia cross the line. 3:23.54, it is faster, and the battle there for that third place. Well, that was an interesting final leg there. Poland run out of it in the end. Russia safely home across the 3 heats.
It's going to be very, very close indeed, because the teams that passed through in 3rd, 4th and 5th spots were in round about 3:28, 3:20, and that should be a disqualification because she has gained an advantage.
Well, that is just extraordinary lack of discipline, isn't it, by Rosemary White? The pictures there told the story. Wasn't just on the line, clearly in the line. At the moment, no disqualification, but we will watch that with interest. They did finish in 2nd place in that 3rd heat, comfortably so, and their confirmation also on that graphic that Romania did just claim one of the fastest loser berths. So Romania. So the full list of qualifiers.